and welcome to Hardware Heaven. We have another review for you, this time a mechanical keyboard from ROCCAT. This is the Ryos MK Pro, which focuses specifically on customization. So let's get started. Okay, here we have the keyboard itself. I'm just going to run over some of the main features. So we have a Perky Illumination, which essentially means with the drivers we're able to illuminate certain parts of the keyboard, either WASD, QWER, the numbers, the F keys, the number pad, or the entire keyboard, and you can select various different parts to have the exact illumination setup that you require. It's also extremely customizable and you can fully remap the entire keyboard to the keys that you want. There is an N key rollover for advanced anti-ghosting, two powerful 32-bit core ARM processors, complete with industry-leading cherry red switches, and it can record and store onboard over 500 macros. We also have an integrated audio sockets located here, some additional media keys, a 1.6 meter braided cable, 5 additional macro keys, 3 thumb keys, an extra large ergonomic wrist rest, micro dotted anti-smudge surface, and again the Perky Illumination, which can be around here. We have 6 brightness levels, 1000 Hz polling rate, the ROCCAT easy shift system, and it also has the ROCCAT Talk set bonus to connect to your other devices. On the bottom of the keyboard we have 2 keyboard feet as well as 4 additional rubber feet to keep it in place so it won't slip around, as well as a long rubber accent on the bottom here. On the left hand side we have the audio and microphone jacks, and on the right hand side we have the 2 USB 2.0 ports. To give you a quick demonstration of the noise levels of the keyboard, I'm going to do a quick type test for you as an example. As you can hear, it's a lot quieter than the clicky green switches that you get on some mechanical keyboards. As an example, the Razer keyboard that we reviewed recently was a clicky tactile switch. This is a lot quieter. Now let's take a look at the drivers and how we can customize the illumination and show you some examples of how the different areas of the keyboard can be lit up. First off, let's take a look at the different brightness options. As it mentioned, we have 6 illumination brightness settings. Here is the first, which is completely off. The second is slightly backlit. The third gets brighter, as does the fourth and the fifth, till the complete 100% illumination at the 6th. Now we can actually look at the Perky Illumination, which basically means we can again customize different parts of the keyboard to be lit. So we can have all of it lit like this, or we can turn off the main block and just have the M keys, the F keys, the arrow keys, the thumb keys, and the numpad. We can turn them all off, and then one by one enable various things, like the WASD part, QWER, the numpad, the F keys, the M keys, the thumb keys, and the arrow keys, till eventually we get back to the entire keyboard being illuminated. Personally, I like something a little like this. Seeing as I use a Razer Naga mouse, having the 1 to 0 keys isn't important for me to be illuminated, but the M keys, thumb keys, QWER, WASD, F keys, arrow keys, and the numpad are extremely useful, especially when gaming in bad lighting conditions. This personally is how I would have it, but again, everybody is different, which is why it's extremely great to have all of these customization options. There are some additional options which are key lighting effects. We have the fade effect, which when we press a button, it will then fade off for a few moments and the light will come back on, just so we know exactly what we press. We also have the ripple effect, which when we press a key, the entire light of the keyboard will ripple outwards. ROCCAT say this is the most customizable keyboard in terms of LEDs. Now you can do things like have your keyboard lighting set to your health bar so that it depletes, or you can have it so that it changes depending on the music that you're playing through your computer. Here's an example. The Ryos ROCCAT drivers, and on the first screen here, which is the main control, we can basically see the key illumination brightness settings, so you can change those as I showed you earlier on in the video. We can also enable and disable various keys. We've got the configure function keys, the easy shift options, as well as all the game profiles, and you can edit all of those there, and the sound feedback options. We've then got some key assignment options, which basically means we can remap all of the keys on the keyboard to whatever we want, which is absolutely fantastic, as well as the macros. We've then got the key illumination options, so as I showed you before, you can enable and disable various parts of the keyboard to be backlit. If you want it all on, you can do that. You've got your key lighting effects there as well. We've got the ROCCAT RAD, which is essentially where you earn your trophies. It shows you how many keystrokes you've used for each various key. You earn different various trophies depending on what you're using your keyboard for, and all that good stuff. We also have the ROCCAT update and support, so you can update all of your drivers and get some support online. In conclusion, I think this is an extremely solid keyboard. I love the non-smudge finish. No matter how long you use it, it doesn't ever seem to get dirty in comparison to other shinier finished keyboards. I really like the fact that we've got these extra keys down the right hand side, and how customizable the backlighting is. The fact that you can specifically select which keys that you want to backlight means that you can customize your entire gaming experience. I really love that. I think it's going to help a lot of people who don't like just having WASD or the entire keyboard backlit. The thumb keys as well, located under the spacebar, are extremely useful, especially for an MMO player. Even though you have the easy shift options, it's still extremely nice to have some extra thumb keys, which you could use as an additional shift or control or something like that, which makes it easier to access to. I really cannot fault this keyboard. You've got your audio jacks, you've got your USB ports, and even though it takes up to USB ports, you've got the additional USB port through, which you can plug additional things into, like your webcam or your mouse, for example. I'm going to be giving this keyboard a gold because the time that I've used it, I've had a lot of fun using it. It's extremely fast, I don't mispress any keys, I can have all of the macros that I'm used to and want to use for a variety of different games. It's not too noisy. Even though it is a mechanical keyboard, it wasn't absurd. The cherry red MX switches really do it justice, and I think it's definitely a great keyboard, especially if you're used to using mechanical ones and want an upgrade in the future. I really highly rate ROCCAT products, and they haven't let me down yet again, so definitely go check out them and the rest of their range. If you like this video, remember to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on any future videos. See you next time. Bye!